Good morning, Cempakans. We're here today together on another assembly, a very special assembly, our Founders' Day assembly. The CPAC teachers and your friends have put together a wonderful show, a really stunning, mesmerizing show, yes, to commemorate Cempaka, born and established in 1983. Have a watch.
Certainly very scary. Apprehension, fear, and all that worry. Hey, let's recite something merry to make us all cheery and happy.
Family time brought us so much good. We have to remember that life is precious and to be grateful for what we have. Times are trying and we're missing wandering free, going to school like busy bees.
When we have online classes, we are on our own. Our friends on screen so near yet so far. We didn't realize how much we miss our daily routines, the cheerful banter, the smiles and grins.
This is a new reality we have come to accept. As we navigate through our virtual lessons, we plant seeds of independence and perseverance, developing new routines with careful contemplation.
Has always been an amazing school. She shines forth as a beautiful jewel. We are diamonds taking shape, courage and determination. We shine in the starry sky.
Cempaka, a wonderful place to learn. We are excited to return. Let's get rid of all the unnecessary concerns and continue all the exciting lessons.
A place which we may treasure memories. A place which teaches us to be brilliant and resilient. We stuck to the fight when we were hardest hit. Our belief says we will never quit.
We can't stand being apart. We just can't wait for you to restart. Being apart. Oh my, it's just too hard. Let's remember, you'll always and forever be in our hearts.
"37 years ago, this school was made. This day so profound, it deserves a parade. Well done, Cempaka, this is your day. Doctors, lawyers, and entertainers who came here back in the day are smiling as they know it is Founders' Day. Who can forget the friendships made through Campore's musicals and games? Every year, it only gets better, so it's never the same. I came here 5 years ago. Cempaka made me a stronger person, allowing me to grow. I have truly been amazed. I know now that this is my place. Nothing is impossible is our school motto. I believe every word of it, and those words deserve a great show. This powerful phrase alone describes our founder herself, which is why Cempakans make their own mark and define their own wealth. Future champions are being taught here. The school will be more advanced with every school year. Datuk Frida has led us to adapt to this change at an astonishing rate. Dear Datuk Frida, our mentor and inspiration, thank you for this haven.
Cempaka Schools was founded in 1983. We turned 38 this year. Its founders, Dato Hamzah Majid and Dato Frida, established the first campus in a rented bungalow to provide the best possible education for their 5 sons. Since then, the school has evolved into Cempaka Group of Schools as pioneers of private education. Today, it combines international and national curriculum with the rich cultural diversity and values of Asia. And, as they say, the rest is history. Cempaka harum semerbak merata-rata. With mantras like nothing is impossible, challenging the mind, strengthening the body and nurturing the soul, and the importance of continued excellence in all aspects, Cempakans have been ingrained since young with life's lessons to become useful global citizens in making a difference to the community and the world. Competitive academic and co-curricular rigor balanced with a supportive learning environment encourages each individual to pursue their ambitions and realize their true potential is what makes a true Cempakan. Life is busy and varied for Cempaka students. A typical day incorporates sports, music, technology, mission-based learning, skills in entrepreneurship, learning through discovery, and educational field trips. With all this in place, it is evident that a Cempakan develops to be an all-rounder in mind, body, and soul. Flashback 1983 to the present, 2021. Indeed, we have certainly come a long way. As the years progressed, technology played a major role in transforming Cempakans, and we advanced with the times. This catapulted Cempakans' achievements in education without losing focus on values of empathy and caring. Hence, the Cempaka Caring Society, or PAPS, was formed in 1991. The brainchild of Dato Frida Pilos, a caring individual herself, PAPS laid the foundation for community service and charity work. With many fundraising projects and activities to help the less fortunate, PAPS spurred Cempakans to inculcate life's values of empathy, compassion, and care. Over the years, in the first decade, a strong foundation was built in academic excellence. Cempakans excelled in challenging their minds, rising to scholarly achievements and successes in the arena of academics. Through initiatives by the Interact Club and many Cempaka societies that focused on reach-out projects to the collaboration with PECA for the planting of trees and preserving the environment, Cempakans have had their fair share of community work, which continues 3 decades down the road. In the second decade, performing arts was introduced and gave a whole new life to Cempakans, with the belief that performing arts helps build confidence, improves communication skills, and engages the mind, body, and soul with emotions into a collaborative and communal expression. It gave Cempakans an extra edge with music, incorporated alongside academics. The Cempaka box office productions, now into its 16 years in making headlines in the local music scene, it proved a hit and is a popular event in the school calendar. Fast forward to 2020, the year of the COVID-19 pandemic. With the powerful influence of social media, let's listen to what champions of community service Amira Shasmin, president of the Damansara Interact Club, and dynamic duo brothers Ian and Aaron Haris Hashim of Damansara International as they share their initiatives to help those affected by the pandemic.
Hi, I am Amira Shasmin, the president of the Interact Club of Cempaka Damansara. Recently in December, we collaborated with Hunger Hurts Malaysia on a project called Mask Up Project, where we raised funds to distribute masks to orphanages in Kuala Lumpur. So we gave 2 face masks to each person, and the fabric face masks, they're reusable and they're sewn by B40 women, where we paid them using the money we raised. Donating may be one of the most recognized ways to give back, but there are many other options. By offering your skills, by volunteering, by building a house, which is kind of impossible to, by sponsoring an event, you are already a reason for a good change in the world.
My name is Ian Hashim from Sophomore 2 Phoenix. I'm in Helang and a proud Cempakan student.
My name is Aaron Hashim. I'm Ian's younger brother. I'm 12 years old and I'm also in Helang.
When we lived in America, we were involved in quite a few community service work. It's like a family tradition for us to volunteer at the food bank, the public library, and in school. So when we moved back to Malaysia, we decided to get involved with the community here. We wanted to help those who could benefit from this, and that's how we came up with the 10 Ringgit project.
This is the amount suggested when we approach our friends to help us support our initiative.
We thought that 10 Ringgit was an affordable amount, especially for students based in KL. Of course, we welcome bigger amounts from those who can spare more, and this usually comes from adults. Since we started this during the lockdown, the fundraiser was done 100% online through social media, and the donations were done through online transactions. We also set a time limit for each initiative to make sure that each initiative doesn't stretch for too long. I would say to start small and start local, help by supporting your local fundraisers and communities.
Mine would be to not be afraid to try. If you need help, don't hesitate to reach out to your community here in Cempaka. There are always people willing to support you.
On Founders Day, as we commemorate 38 years of Cempaka education, nothing is more heartening than listening to what alumni have to share about how Cempaka has impacted their lives.
I would say I'm quite happy with my whole experience in Cempaka. In fact, I just miss high school. A lot of my high school years was spent being involved in the performing arts department, and I have to thank Cempaka and also CPAC for allowing me to have that room to explore and to try different things, and especially how it allowed me to really continue my passion in performing arts even beyond the school and professionally as well. I don't know if you know, but Cempaka is quite well known for the performing arts, even beyond the scope of high school. Even in our professional environment, sometimes when I meet fellow actors, when I meet fellow performers, and they will ask, "Oh, you come from Cempaka," or like, "Oh, have you been in any Cempaka productions yourself?" And that made me realize like we are actually putting up really good work. Kudos to CPAC as well, that we're really putting up good work that the local scene acknowledges as well.
Hi, my name is Zee. I completed my high school studies at Cempaka as the class of 2017. Then I continued on in Cempaka, where I completed the IB diploma program and officially left in 2019. So how has Cempaka changed me? Well, Cempaka has gifted me with so many opportunities that have shaped and developed me into who I am today. I had many firsts at Cempaka, be it from taking on my very first leadership roles as house captain and deputy head prefect, to discovering my love for singing and dance, to even standing in a crowd for the first time and giving a TED Talk. Well, firstly, I would say that Cempaka has changed the way that I view myself. At Cempaka, I learned to be confident and put myself out there and be unafraid to face new challenges and face my fears. And this is very useful in university, where you just have to be comfortable in your own skin and be confident enough to put yourself out there. Secondly, Cempaka has changed the way that I view others. I learned two very important values that I still hold today, and they are to have empathy and be compassionate. At Cempaka, I was able to recognize my own privilege and learn how to use that privilege to help others in need. The act of giving back was first introduced to me at Cempaka through community service, which is something that I'm still very much active in today. Now, all of my experiences in Cempaka have not only shaped the values that I hold in life, but also inspired me to be so much more passionate about making that positive impact in others' lives, be it from being more compassionate to showing others the beauty of being comfortable in your own skin. Now, Cempaka taught me that nothing is impossible, but that was only made possible by all the teachers, mentors, and peers that were able to guide me and told me to believe in myself. Thank you and happy Founders Day.
Hey, I'm Cheryl Chitty-Tan from the class of 2006, and what Cempaka really taught me is that even if the whole world is telling you that you have to do things a certain way because that's how it's always been done, that's really not true at all. And there are loads of opportunities that are yours to take hold of if you are just willing to ask for them. Happy Founders Day!
Hi, my name is Anita and I am of the graduating batch from Cempaka Bukit Damansara year 2002. I'd like to say thank you very much to Sri Cempaka, its founders, Datuk Frida, Datuk Hamza, and the updated generation, Dr. Rizal, as well as the fantastic teachers that I had, Mrs. Tava Ponfara, who have strived in their mission to bring out the best in their pupils and especially to showcase and hone talent. I remember being a quiet child, and thanks to Sri Cempaka, I now megah berdiri and in front of the camera. My job as a news anchor today, and the luminaries that I've had the privilege and honor of interviewing, including President Barack Obama and his inaugural visit to Malaysia, as well as Sir Richard Branson, one-on-one with Jack Ma, Usain Bolt. All of this had its roots in Cempaka and how my teachers and the whole system had promoted me in honing my skills, whether it was emceeing events or playing the lead in a commencement dinner show, choral speaking, talent competitions. It all played a role. Happy Founders Day.
There you are, Cempakans. That was really a fantastic show. Thank you, CPAC, and all Cempakans who performed in that show today. The primary school children with their experiences during the COVID-19, doing so many things. And of course, thank you very much for that beautiful recitation on the piano, Nicholas. And of course, Aiden, as usual, did not fail us with his really memorable experience of a Cempaka journey in his presentation. And the wonderful photographs and video clips has given us so much for so many years, more than 3 decades, 4 decades, and soon we'll be celebrating our 5th decade of Cempaka education. Well, Cempakans, I must say this, I'm very proud of all of you. This year, well, it started last year, and this year, this is what they call an unprecedented situation that we are in now with the COVID-19 pandemic. It started last year, and now this year the numbers are very high. It's very unsettling and rather worrying. But we have to be positive. We have to look forward to doing so much more for society. Talking about that, I would like all of us to be inspired by 2 groups of children who did a wonderful work last year. They did this last year, towards the end of last year, collecting money, raising funds, and great good for society. Yes, it is about the Go Pancakes children. They started a pancake stall, and this is led by Xander. He's only 11 years old. He started this idea, and with his friend, he managed this program, this project called Go Pancakes, and they started to make pancakes. And they had a stall in Bangsa. So Xander, together with Harish, who's 13, Atma 10, and Kanisha 11, 4 of them started this stall. And they did this over the weekend. And that's really, really good because, they had to think, Xander thought of the idea, and then they had to manage it. And before they started this, they had to do some research at home. They had to really make the pancakes, And then after that, they had to promote it, and then started the stall, and then started to sell the pancakes. So there's so much that they learn. So much of, learning about business, learning about how to talk to people, how to communicate with people, how to market their pancakes, and of course, making the pancakes. And I visited them, and the pancakes were really, really delicious. Well, congratulations. They then collected money, and then they donated to the Lighthouse children, the orphanage Lighthouse children. Bravo, that's really very good. Now, there are two brothers. They did something else. Ian, Aaron, Hashim did something else. They did not make anything, but they collected money. And how did they do this? They did this over Instagram. Yes, they had an Instagram account called the 10 Ringgit Project. Yes, friends, family, and people all over the world actually donated towards this fund. And they collected money, and they gave the money to a non-profit organization called Bakasa, Badan Amal Kasih Sayang in Malaysia. And they also donated about 17,000 ringgit to the Hospital Duchess of Kent in Sabah to buy masks, gloves, and PPE for the frontliners. Yes, children, it is not just these two groups of Cempakans who have done so well last year to give. We've had the prefects board, the interactors, who went out to help the needy, less privileged. Yes. I would like this year to be a very special year. Let's be inspired by all these Cempakans to give. As we get from society, we must give back to society. So I would like teachers, Cempakans, you could do it by class, you could do it alone or with your family, and do something very special. And we will then present it in August. As you know, August has always been a month of charity for Cempaka. Why August? Because in August, we celebrate our independence. Yes, independence from anything that keeps us behind. We should be independent of hunger. We should be independent of anything that's not good, and go forward with something positive, something good for society, for ourselves and society. So think of a project. It need not be about money. It could just be, writing to somebody, writing poems, writing about nice things, about people, even talking about family, the special things that you've done for your grandfather, grandmother, for your parents, for your neighbors, something special to give in the spirit of the soul of Cempaka. So with that, Cempakans, I wish you keep well, stay safe, and all the best. Thank you very much for a wonderful, wonderful years of being a Cempakan and part of the Cempaka family. Thank you. Bye.